I suggest you take a look at what Harry Truman did back in 1948. The year before, 1947, Republicans swept into office. It's actually the election of 46, but 47 they came into office, and seized control of both the Senate and the House for the first time in years. And the Republican plan was all too familiar. Do nothing and sabotage President Truman. This was their strategy. So President Truman kicked their asses, calling the 80th Congress the Do-Nothing Congress. Instead of negotiating with the Republican hostage takers in 1948, Truman fought them. Take a look at his famous 1948 Democratic Convention speech.
These benefits have been spread to all the people because it's the business of the Democratic Party to see that the people get a fair share of these things. This last worst 80th Congress proved just the opposite for the Republicans. I'd like to say a word or two now about what I think the Republican philosophy is. Ever since its inception, that party has been under the control of special privilege, and they concretely proved it in the 80th Congress. Congress has still done nothing. I shall ask for adequate and decent law for displaced persons in place of this anti-Semitic, anti-Catholic law which this 80th Congress passed.
And Truman was just getting warmed up.
Department, you know what they've done to the Labor Department? They've simply torn it up. There's only one bureau left that's functioning, and they cut the appropriation on that, so it can't hardly function. I recommended an increase in the minimum wage. What'd they get? Nothing. I've discussed a number of these failures of the Republican 80th Congress, and every one of them is important. By indirection, this 80th Congress has tried to sabotage the power policy which the United States has pursued for 14 years. We can save this country from a continuation of the 80th Congress and from misrule from now on. I must have your help. You must get in and push and win this election. The country can't afford another Republican Congress.
Are you taking notes, Mr. President Obama? Truman's decision to fight back in 1948, what you just saw, led to huge Democratic victories in the next election. He so completely crushed them that Republicans didn't control the House of Representatives again for 46 years. So no matter how bad things are right now, they can be turned around, just like they were turned around in 1948. But it's going to require a fight. Your dreams, Mr. President, of a post-partisan presidency are dead. But progressive change is still alive, and we're waiting for you. Time to put on the gloves and knock the Republicans right out of Congress in 2012.